Class 8 Science. Force and Pressure Part 2. Prepared by Anand Mohandas. In physics, there are various types of forces that objects can exert on each other. Contact forces. Contact forces are those that occur between objects that are touching each other, such as the normal force and friction. The normal force is the perpendicular force a surface exerts on an object resting on it to prevent it from falling through. Friction is the force that opposes the relative motion of two surfaces in contact. The two types of friction are static and kinetic, which can be further classified as sliding or rolling. Static friction, the friction experienced between static bodies or bodies at rest. A box of heavy load is very difficult to lift or move, which is due to static friction. Kinetic friction, the friction between two or more moving bodies. Kinetic friction can be classified as sliding friction and rolling friction. Sliding friction, if a body slides over the surface of another body, the friction acting between surfaces in contact can be termed as sliding friction. Rolling friction, if a body rolls over the surface of another body, the friction between the surfaces is called rolling friction. Tension is the force exerted through a string, rope, or cable when it is pulled out. Air resistance is the force that opposes the motion of objects through air as their speed increases. Non-contact forces. Non-contact forces are those that act between objects that are not directly in contact. Examples include gravitational force between objects with mass, magnetic force between magnets with opposite poles, electrostatic force between charged particles with opposite charges, and nuclear force that holds the nucleus of an atom together. Newton's theory of gravity, also known as the law of universal gravitation, explains the force of gravity between two objects. According to this law, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force proportional to their masses and inversely proportional to the distance between them. Newton's law of gravitation equation is force equals gmm divided by r squared. F is the force of gravity. G is the gravitational constant. m1 and m2 are the masses of the two objects. R is the distance between their centers. In physics, force is a push or pull that acts on an object and is measured in newtons. Area is the amount of space enclosed by a flat surface and is measured in square meters. Pressure is the force exerted perpendicular to the surface of an object per unit area and is measured in pascals. The equation for pressure is pressure equals force divided by area. Atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted by the weight of the air in the atmosphere on the Earth's surface and is measured in pascals. The average atmospheric pressure at sea level is 101,325 pascal. Barometers are instruments used to measure atmospheric pressure, with mercury and aneroid barometers being the two main types.